Hastur is an entity of the Cthulhu Mythos. Hastur first appeared in Ambrose Bierce's short story Haïta the Shepherd as a benign god of shepherds. Hastur is briefly mentioned in H.P. Lovecraft's The Whisperer in Darkness. Previously, Robert W. Chambers had used the name in his own stories to represent both a person and a place associated with the names of several stars, including Aldebaran. In Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman's book Good Omens Hastur appears as a fallen angel and Duke of Hell. Hastur in the Mythos, in Bierce's Haïta the Shepherd, which appeared in the collection Can Such Things Be? Hastur is more benevolent than he would later appear in August Derleth's Mythos stories. Another story in the same collection referred to the place Carcosa, and a person Harley, names which later authors were to associate with Hastur. In Chambers' The King in Yellow, a Finder Sayaklet collection, some of which are horror stories, Hastur is the name of a potentially supernatural character, a place, and mentioned without explanation in the yellow sign. The latter two stories also mentioned Carcosa, Harley, Aldebaran, and the Hyades, along with a yellow sign, and a play called The King in Yellow. H.P. Lovecraft read Chambers' book in early 1927 and was so enchanted by it that he added elements of it to his own creations. There are two places in Lovecraft's own writings in which Hastur is mentioned. I found myself faced by names and terms that I had heard elsewhere in the most hideous of connections: Yugoth, Great Cthulhu, Tsathoggua, Yog-Sothoth, R'lyeh, Nyarlathotep, Assatur, Hastur, Ian, Leng, the Lake of Harley, Bethmura, the Yellow Sign, La Euro unregistered trademark More Cthulhus, Bran and the Magnum and Duma Euro, and was drawn back through nameless eons and inconceivable dimensions to worlds of elder, outer entity at which the crazed author of the Necronomicon had only guessed in the vaguest way. There is a whole secret cult of evil men devoted to the purpose of tracking them down and injuring them on behalf of the monstrous powers from other dimensions. H.P. Lovecraft, The Whisperer in Darkness. It is unclear from this quote if Lovecraft's Hastur is a person, a place, an object, or a deity. In Supernatural Horror in Literature, when telling about the Yellow Sign by Chambers, H.P. Lovecraft wrote, "After stumbling queerly upon the hellish and forbidden book of horrors, the two learn, among other hideous things which no sane mortal should know, that this talisman is indeed the nameless yellow sign handed down from the accursed cult of Hastur from primordial Carcosa, whereof the volume treats. In Chambers' The Yellow Sign the only mentioning of Hastur is. We spoke of Hastur and of Casilda." So, judging from these two quotes, it is quite possible that H.P. Lovecraft not only recognized Hastur as one of the mythos gods, but even made him so, recalling Chambers' book. Derleth also developed Hastur into a great old one, spawn of Yog-Sothoth, the half-brother of Cthulhu, and possibly the Magnum Anomenandum. In this incarnation, Hastur has several avatars: the Feaster from Afar, a black, shriveled, flying monstrosity with tentacles tipped with razor-sharp talons that can pierce a victim's skull and siphon out the brain; the King in Yellow. Anders Fagger's collected Swedish cults features a Stockholm-based coterie known as the Carcosa Foundation that worships Hastur. Hastur is amorphous, but he is said to appear as a vast, vaguely octopoid being, similar to his half-niece Cthulhu. In popular culture, in Miruko, Crawling with Love, Hastur appears as a feminine-looking male that has wind-based spells, and his normal mode can outmatch two aliens. He is also the son of a computer company in space. He also fell in some kind of affection with Mahiro, the male protagonist. In Unspeakable Vault as the Unspeakable, a yellow octopoid being, wearing yellow robes and a yellow-crowned face mask, carrying a rod with a yellow sign on it. Referred to as Astur, he who is not to be named, since pronouncing his full name results in a messy explosion. See also, Cthulhu Mythos in popular culture. References: Gaiman, Neil. Terry Pratchett. Good Omens. PA 213. ISBN A978-0-441-00325-9. Harms, Daniel. Hastur. The Encyclopedia Cthulhiana. Oakland, California, Chaosium PPA 136 €7. ISBN A1-56882-119-0. Joshi, S.T. David E. Schultz. An H.P. Lovecraft Encyclopedia. Westport, Connecticut, Greenwood Press. ISBN A0-313-31578-7. Pearsall, Anthony B. The Lovecraft Lexicon. Tempe, Arizona, New Falcon. ISBN A1-56184-129-3. Price, Robert M. The Hastur Cycle. Oakland, California, Calcium. ISBN A1-56882-094-1. Footnotes. External links: Haïta the Shepherd.